We towed with a two-wheel drive F-150 and a four-wheel drive F-150 side by side for 100,000 miles, and the winner surprised almost everyone who saw the results. I run a small hauling operation, and 3 years ago I made a decision that most truck guys thought was insane. I bought two identical F-150s, same engine, same trim, same trailer, and the only difference was one had four-wheel drive and one did not. My goal was simple: settle the argument once and for all about which setup actually holds up better when you are towing heavy loads every single day. Everyone has an opinion about this, but almost nobody has real data. Today, I am giving you that data. The fuel economy gap between these two trucks over 100,000 miles will probably shock you, and the transmission wear difference is something Ford does not talk about in any brochure. Let's get into what we found. Both trucks started with 11 miles on the odometer. Same 2023 model year, same 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, same 10-speed automatic transmission, same 6,500-pound curb weight class before options, and the same gooseneck trailer loaded to roughly 9,200 pounds for the vast majority of our runs. The only real variable was the drivetrain. One truck sent power to the rear wheels only, the other split power between front and rear axles through a transfer case. This mattered more than most people expect, and it showed up in ways that had nothing to do with traction. The first thing we tracked was fuel economy, because this is where the biggest myths exist. Most people assume the four-wheel drive truck burns more fuel because it is heavier and has more drivetrain components spinning. That assumption is correct, but the size of the gap is what surprised us. Over the full 100,000 miles, the two-wheel drive truck averaged 9.8 miles per gallon while towing our test trailer at highway speeds between 62 and 68 miles per hour. The four-wheel drive truck averaged 9.1 miles per gallon under identical conditions, identical routes, identical trailer weight, and identical drivers rotating through both trucks, so driving habits could not skew the numbers. That's a 7.7% fuel economy penalty for the four-wheel drive system while towing. Over 100,000 miles at an average diesel and gasoline blended fuel cost of $3.60 per gallon during our test period, that difference amounted to roughly $2,900 in additional fuel spent on the four-wheel drive truck. The extra weight of the transfer case, front differential, and additional driveline components adds approximately 250 to 300 pounds to a four-wheel drive F-150 compared to its two-wheel drive counterpart. That weight has to be moved every single mile, and under heavy trailer load, the engine works harder to compensate. There is also parasitic drivetrain loss. Even when the four-wheel drive system is in two-wheel drive mode on models with a part-time transfer case, or operating in an automatic all-wheel drive mode on models with a full-time system, there is rotational mass and friction in the front differential and front drive shaft that simply does not exist on a two-wheel drive truck. This friction translates directly into fuel burned that produces zero forward motion benefit. Braking and stopping distance under load was our second major test category, and this is where we expected the four-wheel drive truck to have an advantage. It didn't, at least not in the way people assume. Both trucks used the same factory brake package rated for the same gross combined weight rating. Stopping distance from 60 miles per hour while towing our 9,200-pound trailer averaged 187 feet,